so the very last vibrato topic I want to address is how to vibrate in thumb position. And if you don't yet play in thumb position, don't worry about watching this video. It's not relevant for you yet. But if you are someone who plays in thumb position already, vibrato can be, as you probably know, a challenge, okay? So once we've got our thumb position set, basically what we're going to do is use the thumb as our pivot point, okay? So I often see students trying to just vibrate the finger all by itself and everything else lifts up. I would strongly suggest actually keeping your thumb rooted down so that you can feel this, this balance established by the thumb in your hand. So, for example, when I'm vibrating with thumb and 1, my center of balance between my thumbs a little further back, and when I'm on third finger, my center of balance moves forward. But I've always got this axis of stability, let's say, right there. Okay? So, in terms of the angle of the hand, we want the angle of our hand in thumb position to be very, very similar to what it was when we were doing vibrato back here. Now really, the motion is pretty much the same. You'll just find that now the angle of your arm, just from this opening, automatically wants to go a little more this way than it does straight up and down. And that's something that, to some extent, we need to compensate for, okay? So we do want to keep this flexibility in the finger going up and down, even though our arm is moving this way, and that just means keeping it even looser almost, okay? Now, as we're up higher, since the notes get closer together, our vibrato is probably inevitably going to need to be a little bit narrower, or else it will sound even if we're not moving all that much, okay? So it's going to have to be pretty small up here, but still very, 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 very loose. So I want to show you what this looks like up close. Hang on for just 1 second. Okay, so here we are in thumb position, close up, and you'll see that my thumb is across 2 strings, angled back just a bit, so I'm not totally perpendicular, little bit of an angle, which gives my fingers the angle they need to be able to be soft and flexible in all these different joints, and to move in a path that is more or less up and down the string this way, rather than up and down this way, which wouldn't get me much in terms of vibrato, right? Okay, so that's all about the angle of your hand. Then you'll see I'm flexible here, 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 and perhaps most importantly, right here. Okay, so there's some opening that happens in that joint, but not because I'm purposefully trying to move it, but just because it's soft and flexible and free to move. Also, we talked about balance. So when I'm on first finger, I feel sort of this axis right along here in my hand, along which the vibrato motion happens. As I change fingers, that axis of stability, as I called it, shifts considerably. And it wasn't until just a few years ago that someone suggested I keep my thumb down when I vibrate in thumb position. And boy oh boy, did my vibrato improve dramatically very quickly. So what we're looking for here is a really balanced hand, and that's what thumb can give you. All right. So if you see this, probably not the most balanced hand. Anything that looks soft and blobby, that's a good sign. And let me show you from this side, because maybe get a little better feeling for where the movement happens. All right, my arm is still initiating this just as it did in the lower positions, but my joints are flexible and free, so they too are in motion. All right? Have fun with that.